Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Believe You Are a Good Mom podcast. I'm Emily Wardrop from Drop the Word Life Coaching, where we help moms of young kids drop power struggle wars to create more peace in their parenting. Do you want to be a good mom? I will tell you the one simple secret of how to be a good mom. You already are. Don't believe me? You've come to the right place. I'm glad you're here. I've got you. Because when you truly believe you are a good mom, everything will change for you as you live into the truth of who you've always been. Let's get started. Good morning, my friends. It is Saturday where I am. I don't know what day you're listening to this, but if you are a dedicated listener that listens at random when your iTunes tells you I have a new episode, then that's great because I have a big announcement I haven't talked about on the podcast yet, and you need to hear about it quick before Tuesday. Actually, two exciting things are happening on Tuesday. But I've talked about my type 1 diabetes mom support group a couple times on here. So that begins this Tuesday and carries on forever, every Tuesday for the rest of forever until not. And we can talk some more about that in a minute. But the other thing that's only happening this Tuesday and Wednesday is a virtual summit that I am a part of. I'm very excited about this. The LDS Life Coaches is sponsoring this virtual summit. It is a 2-day event, but there are 25 speakers. So to be able to get through everyone's presentations in 2 days is a Herculean effort. So make sure you upgrade to get a year-long access to all of the presentations and then also bonus content. So there's a lot of goodness you'll need all year to go through it and really digest all of these messages. It's going to be amazing. So half of the presenters will be released on the 21st and the other half on the 22nd, and you can sign up right now. I'll put the link in the show notes. So make sure you go in, sign up, purchase the it's only $50 for this whole summit to have access for a year and the bonus content. So we've got some extra special guests, not like we're not all special, but Fiona Givens, goodness, off the top of my head, can't remember who they all are, but here, let me pull up a list of some of these presenters and their topics. Oh, my good friend Bonnie Scott is going to talk about calm and confidence in adult disconnect. Oh, I didn't even mention what the whole summit is about is the actual title is not on this list here. Anyway, it's courageous discipleship. So how do we stay disciples of Christ as people we love are questioning their beliefs and things like that. There's a fancy title that I can't see right here. But some of the specific titles of the presenters, how to strengthen faith even when loved ones are losing theirs, right? That's basically the message of the whole thing. And it's kind of broken down by, you can look at specific areas that you're struggling with. Like there's some people talking about specifically teens who struggle with the church, parenting the prodigal. That's Joey Mathew. He's amazing. It's going to be awesome. Allowing youth to mold their own discipleship. So there's a few that are like specifically for teens or young adults, or when your spouse has a faith crisis. Love is always the answer. Of course, mine is about how the atonement of Jesus Christ helps you believe you are a good mom. So mine's going to sound very familiar if you are a fan of this podcast. When your ex leaves the church, my girl Heo North is talking about her divorce and discipleship message. Tyson's talking about the science behind everyone being saved and why people leaving the church is the best thing that could ever happen. He's always trying to ruffle the waters a little bit. So that'll be interesting. Let's see. All sorts of fun stuff here. So, courage to stand alone. That's mine. How our spiritual certainty can be an anchor for those who are faltering. Choose to belong, get in the zone, how to advocate for yourself. So much good stuff. So go to the link in the show notes and sign up today for the summit. Wanted to make sure I mentioned that on the podcast before it comes and goes, because it's Saturday. We're starting Tuesday. That is coming up. All right. But our message for today, speaking of Christ and discipleship and loving, all those things, this is going to go right along with it. So in Matthew 5:25, it says, agree with thine adversary quickly, whilst thou art in the way with him, lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge, blah, 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 right? Okay, so agree with thine adversary. What? So in the footnote kind of clarifies, right? Because in translation, sometimes we miss some things, right? So there's multiple translations of the Bible, which give us a more rich understanding of maybe what Jesus even said then, or what he meant possibly, or so footnote says, quickly have kind thoughts for, or be well disposed towards. So that I can work on doing. I don't know about agreeing with my adversary quickly or ever. I don't know that we necessarily have to agree all the time, right? So in thinking about this, I've got this song stuck in my head that I've been thinking all morning. And it's funny because I always tell my kids, you know how in movies and books and all the everything, there's always a good guy and a bad guy, right? And so we grow up thinking very black and white, like either you're good or you're bad. And my message here is that we're all good, right? And so God is good. He made you. You're good. That's it, right? And that applies, guess what? To everyone. That's why I can say it to you, elusive you, who I don't even know who is listening. And I still believe it because I believe that everyone is good. God did not send some bad people down here. Okay. Yes, we make bad choices. Yes, we do bad things. That does not make us bad. We are good, and we are wounded. We are hurt. We are in this tricky mortal state that makes it a little more complicated, but at the basics, we are good. Okay. So there ain't no good guys. There ain't no bad guys. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. So that's what I've been thinking all day. So we do not need to agree with our adversary quickly necessarily, but we definitely can quickly have kind thoughts for, or be well disposed towards. So that we can work with in the model, right? Love it when they talk about thoughts. So we don't need to agree as in our adversary has a thought and we need to have that same thought. Therefore, we agree. But we can quickly have kind thoughts towards that person as easily as one of my favorite hacks. He can think that if he wants to. Use that with my kids all the time, me with them, and them with each other. Like, every argument ends with, you can think that if you want to. You know, it just drops the whole war. An argument is because we think that we're right, they're wrong, and we're trying to convince them that our thoughts are right. But you can just drop the war by acknowledging that they are their own person with their own agency, and they can think whatever they want, right? And they can feel whatever they want, and they don't have to be wrong in order for you to be right. You do not have to be wrong because you think they're right, and you think that you're bad because you don't agree with them, or all the things, right? So we can quickly have kind thoughts towards someone else by remembering that's, their prerogative to think that, and it's totally fine. You don't have to agree with them. You just give them back their model. You just give them back their thought. That's fine. You can think that if you want to. The end. The war is dropped. Okay. So for some reason, it's in our natural man human brain to think that someone needs to be right and someone needs to be wrong. And the whole shame blame trap comes from this way that our brain functions. Okay. But guess who created our human brain? So God made us. God's good. We are good. And he created these brains to work the way they work. So it's literally part of the plan. God literally made both of us different on purpose. It's truly part of his eternal plan for us and for families. We're not supposed to be the same. Neither of us is right or wrong. We're just us. I'm not doing it wrong. He's not doing it wrong. We're just different. And learning to manage differences and love anyway is a skill of a lifetime to develop. So love those who are different. We don't have to be right and make anyone else wrong, or they're right, so we're wrong. Be you. Let them be them. That is my message for today. So we don't need to agree. We just need to have kind thoughts towards them. Thoughts like, oh yeah, they're allowed to be different. I have different thoughts than they do, and that's okay. It makes a very rich experience because as we talk about parenting here, one of the first things parenting clients always want to talk about is getting them and their husband on the same page in parenting styles. God didn't make us the same for a reason. He didn't put us on the same page. He put us on the same team. And teammates on a team, like in football, they all have a different role to play. And they all have different strengths and different weaknesses. If you put the little scrawny guy on like in the place of the big bulky dude, then the football game doesn't go quite as it's supposed to, right? And so we all need to learn where our strengths and our weaknesses benefit the family, and not think that like our way is the only way and the right way, and that he has to do it our way and that we have to do it the same. Our husbands have a relationship with our kids. We have a relationship with our kids. And it's really actually kind of none of our business what's going on between them. We think it is because we think everything going on in our house is our business because it's our family. But actually, everyone in the house is their own person. And there's our business, God's business, and everyone else's business, even, yes, including your husband and your kids. You do not have to control their experience. You do not have it all right, and they have it wrong. And they don't have it right, and you have it wrong. Nobody is wrong. We're all just different, okay? There ain't no good guys. There ain't no bad guys. There's only you and me, and we just disagree, and that's totally fine. So figuring out how to disagree with people and still love is the whole point of this life, right? And you can see it all around you and all of the contention in every arena. Who knew it would take something as small as a face mask to cause so much contention in the world and so much disagreement over a face mask? What are we doing? You know? And so we see it everywhere. I'm right. I need to convince everyone else that they're wrong. Just drop the war, people. Like, yes, you are right. Oh, guess what else? They're right too, in their own way. If there's just no need for the black and white, right and wrong thinking, everyone's just doing the best they can, trying to figure out what's right for them. And yes, I do believe in eternal truth and eternal right and wrong, but I think we take that way too small. Like in an overarching truth, yes, but then there's also, guess what, agency. And I believe in that as an eternal overarching truth. And if God sent us down here so different from each other and with agency, then I'm pretty sure he understood that this is how it was going to be. And so we don't have to fight against the reality. We just have to figure out how to work with it. So we have to figure out how to get along, which means quickly have kind thoughts for or be well disposed towards. So being well disposed towards someone who thinks differently than you is a challenge. It sounds very simple when I say it on a podcast, but actually doing it is very, very, very challenging all day long because we're always surrounded by all the people and they all have their own agendas and we have ours, and their opinions and we have ours. And we want to hang on so tight to that tug of war rope. But all that does is keep us in a stalemate and give us blisters on our hands. Like, drop the war. They can think that if they want to. They can believe that if they want to. They can do what they want. They can think what they want. They can act how they want. They don't have to be wrong just because you disagree with them. Okay? Do you believe me? This is a doozy. Are you ready to chat it out? Because like I said, it's a lot easier in theory on the podcast, but then 400 times a day it's tested. So if you need a coach in your corner to help you out, to remind you we're all on the same team, we all have the same goals here, especially my T1D mamas. I know. I tried to believe these concepts for a long time. I'm like, okay, he's not wrong. I'm not right and he's wrong. It's just different. And then diabetes came along. And I'm like, I'm the one spending hours and hours with the doctors and nurses getting trained, learning how, and he comes in and wants to do it his way. I'm like, no, I'm doing it right. Turns out his way is amazing frequently, and I have a lot to learn from dropping that war. So I know how it is, my T1D mamas. Speaking of, make sure you sign up. I'll have this link in the show notes also. I'll see you on Tuesday for our Zoom call. You don't need to come with anything prepared. You don't need to participate. You don't need to even turn your camera on. It's just a chance for me to help you refill your cup, get rejuvenated so you can pour back into your children some more. We are stretched so thin, so stressed out, overwhelmed, worried. Just come and get some peace. Okay. I'm all about helping you create peace in your parenting. It starts with you. You got to feel peaceful. We're going to get there. Half an hour every week to take time out to take care of you, because you spend all day and all night. We know it's all day and all night taking care of these sweet kiddos. Let's take care of you. Okay. So what else? If you're not a T1D mom, you're welcome to come, or either way, everyone go to dropthewar.com/appointments to find the appointment type that works for you. If you want to come to the call, if you want to do a free RBC, a relationship boost call, there we will definitely talk about they're not wrong. You're not wrong. That can definitely apply in boosting your relationship. So that one, all you need to do is have someone in mind that you want to boost a relationship with. So they're very relaxed, chill Zoom chats. It's not a sales call. I'm not going to try to, sell you on anything. I'm just going to help you with your relationships. What else? That's it for today, I guess. Good luck. Quickly having kind thoughts for and be well disposed towards people who don't agree with you, because there ain't no good guys. There ain't no bad guys. There's only you and me, and we just disagree. It's not a problem. It's all part of the plan. Okay, talk to you next time. Thanks. Bye. Hi, thanks so much for listening. Have you signed up for your RBC yet? What is an RBC? Well, it's a relationship boost call, and I am gifting 365 of these for free this year. So go to dropthewar.com/appointments to find a time that works for both of us. We'll hop on Zoom for a quick 15 to 20 minutes, and all you got to do is have somebody in mind that you want to improve your relationship with. It's fun, it's easy, it's a good time. You're going to feel amazing afterwards. And no strings attached. Just come on, have a great free coaching call, and then go on your way. And you can come back for as many as you need, because we know it's no one and done around here with relationships. So go to dropthewar.com/appointments to find a time that works for both of us. And let's get boosting those relationships. See you there. Bye.